You see two-stroke engines constantly. They power weed whackers and chainsaws, model airplanes, boats, and all sorts of other stuff. The reason why they're so popular is because they have an incredible feature. For the power they produce, they are incredibly light. The key to the two-stroke design is a piston that acts like a piston, a compressor, and an intake and an exhaust valve. If you watch a two-stroke engine go through its two strokes, you can see exactly what's happening. Let's start with the spark plug firing. At this point, the piston is at the top of its stroke. The cylinder is full of air and gasoline that has been compressed. When the spark plug fires, it lights the gasoline. The gasoline bursts into flame and expands rapidly, driving the piston down with a lot of force. See this area behind the piston? It's filled with air and a mixture of gasoline and oil. As the piston moves back into this area, it compresses the mixture. As the piston gets near the bottom of its stroke, it uncovers a port. That port lets the exhaust gases escape into the exhaust pipe. Then, just a fraction of a second later, the piston uncovers another port. That port lets a new charge of air and gasoline into the cylinder. Now the piston starts moving back toward the spark plug, compressing the air and gasoline mixture so the spark plug can fire again. This cycle repeats thousands of times per minute. You can see that the piston is doing three things besides being a piston. It's an intake valve, an exhaust valve, and a compressor. Because the piston is doing so many different things, it makes the engine incredibly light. You can also see that the spark plug fires once for every rotation of the crankshaft. That's twice as often as the spark plug fires in a four-stroke engine. So not only is the two-stroke engine intrinsically lighter than a four-stroke, but it also has twice the power. The other advantage of a two-stroke engine is that it can work in any orientation. As long as fuel is flowing to the carb, this engine is completely happy to work right side up or upside down. So that's how a two-stroke engine works. I'm Marshall Brain, and that's how stuff works.